I almost missed out on $200 worth of profits because I forget to check the showcase sometimes. Can I see that bag? I always round up here, so I paid $22, and that Chantilly isn't worth much, and then there's a Windsong, not worth much. This one right here is not worth much either. I don't know. This one is a mystery Inspire, I think. But there's a brand new Christian Dior Poison right there. And then this is why I bought it. This Frances Denney. This is a new one for me. I learned about Frances Denney from the big perfume lot that I picked up in my last video. And there was a couple Frances Denney Colognes in there that I can sell for one of them for $200. So that's why I picked this up. It's a 4-ounce and it's brand new. I always check out any type of electric fry pan that I see at the thrift store, especially ones that still have the electrical cord. Now this one was taped shut. I thought the lid was flipped upside down, so there is no lid included, but just the cord sells for close to $30. I did get this one listed, and I currently have it up for sale for $40 or best offer. I did test it and it does work. This one had a lower sell-through rate, so I'm going to give this one about 6 months to sell. If it doesn't sell, I'll start to part it out and sell everything piece by piece. It's really rare I pick anything up for home or anybody in my family, but this iron I pick up for my husband. It was really heavy, really nice quality, and you cannot beat the price. And he takes his ironing very seriously. I swear that silverware has been around for at least the last 8 weeks. I'm sure if you go back quite a few videos ago, it would be in there. I've looked through all of this stuff, it feels like. It doesn't seem like they've put out a lot of new pots and pans. Now, this location gets a lot of stuff from Target, and I have bought 2 Stanley cups from here. One was like a big water jug that my daughter uses for sports, and then another just white 40-ounce Stanley cup. So I'm always looking through the cups at this Goodwill. I could tell this was real leather on this handbag, so I decided to look a little bit further into this one. Now, when I open it up and I see the label, I've never heard of this brand before. The Myra bag in general, just this name brand, has about 1,800 of these listed, 500 sell every 90 days, but this one is a crossbody that converts to a book bag. I'll sell it for around 30. So I've moved on to Salvation Army. I've already gone through all of the hard goods and it's not looking too hot so far. But I noticed this bag, anytime I see this color combination together, anything that's this green color with a brown leather, I always check it out. Those 2 spots seem like they're gonna come off pretty easy, and they end up not being an issue at all. I just trimmed that little loose thread right there. And the comps on this are really good. I was really surprised. I'd never heard of this brand before, but you learn something every single day. This one sold super fast, and it sold for $54 plus shipping. I was thinking this Tommy Girl book bag was going to be Y2K gold, and it was going to sell for at least 30 to 40 on eBay, but that was definitely not the case once I looked up some comps. So unfortunately and reluctantly, I left this one behind. Okay, so I know I'm done selling shoes, but I'm always looking for shoes for my whatnot auctions that I'm going to be having once a month. I'm doing like reseller auctions where I'm putting lots together. And I know there's a lot of people who sell shoes. I can usually find decent shoes for really cheap. Oh, here's a pair of Rothy's, size 8. They're only $4.99. Let me see if they're real. Oh yeah, these are definitely real. So I will grab these. So as of right now, I'm just grabbing this bag and those flats. So those will be in my whatnot auction on, I think August 19th is what I have it scheduled for. I moved my whatnot auction to the 22nd at 8:30 p.m. I didn't realize how early school started this year. These look nice. Lauren Blakewell? Yeah, Lauren Blakewell. Looking for more Rothy's. See if the same person donated. Those are Dansko slip-ons. Dansko's kind of dropped. Those used to sell really well and now they don't anymore. I've sold quite a few of these big mouth Billy Basses over the years, and this one is priced pretty cheap at $3.99. Usually I can get somewhere between $25 and $30 for these. It really just depends. Now this one is from 1999. It's marked right there on the back, and I just want to see what this newspaper is doing, and it looks like it's just kind of silencing this so it wasn't as loud. Good thing about my Goodwills is they have a 7-day return policy, and I'm not close to home right now, but I can return this to the Goodwill close to my house if it doesn't work. This Goodwill is always good to me. I think I was kind of due for a bad day, and that's all that I ended up picking up. My next stop is another Goodwill, and I find this Bose sound dock. Now this is an older one for the iPod, but I went ahead and picked this up because I just found a power cord for this in my death pile. Again, if this doesn't work, I'm buying it from Goodwill so I can return it. And I'm probably going to price this for $40 or best offer. Now, I know nothing about Legos or Star Wars, but I see some minifigures in this bag. So I went ahead and picked this up. I've already sold one of the Stormtroopers for $11.99 plus shipping. And I have about $100 worth of other listings just from that $3.99 Lego bag. Okay guys, this is a completely different day. I'm at Salvation Army, pretty far from home, and the half off color is blue. I've only been to this Salvation Army a handful of times, but they usually have some pretty good stuff here, and the prices are kind of on the fence. Sometimes they're way too high, and sometimes they're really reasonable. Krebs is a really great brand. I always pick it up if I can find it cheap enough, and this coffee pot is the half off color. I was hoping it was new, but it wasn't. And once I open this up and I open the top and I see how stained it is, I know right away I'm definitely not picking this up. It's pretty discolored. That's the bad thing about the white coffee pots. You can really see everything. Sometimes I'll pick up coffee pots just to sell the carafe, but that one was discolored on the lid, so even for the half off price of $3.50, this is not worth it. These 4-cup coffee makers are pretty popular, and they usually sell pretty quickly for me. So I open up the box to check the condition of this one, and it's actually a Mr. Coffee, and I sell these ones pretty frequently for around $20 to $25. And this one is the half off color, so it's only going to be $3. So I definitely picked this one up. I took a gamble on this flatware. It looked like something that was worth some money, but it's not worth too much. Now this blow dryer I picked up for my grandpa. I had breakfast with him earlier and he mentioned he needed a new blow dryer. So that one was half off, so I grabbed that for him, and I contemplated about these way too long. I did not end up picking them up. I almost did, even though I knew they had a horrible sell-through rate. I really like older vintage items like this, but again, I had seen the sell-through rate. I knew that they hardly sold, and I walk away with them in the cart, and I end up turning around and putting them back before I leave. Let's talk about the sell-through rate of those folders. There's 8 that have sold in the last 90 days and 57 are currently listed. We take the number sold, which is 8, divided by 57, which is what is listed, and we get 0.14. You then multiply 0.14 by 100 to get a percentage, which is 14. So the probability of me selling this in the next 90 days would be 14%, which means this item would probably take me about 2 years or longer to sell. So no matter how cool I think those are or how much I like them, obviously nobody else does. I've been looking up all the paper and stationery items that I find just to kind of give myself a little education on them. I really want to break into this market, but I don't know very much about it. Next up is a Volunteers of America, and I went ahead and picked up this sun lamp. Now, the only reason I picked this one up is because it's brand new, and there aren't any brand new comps, and there aren't any of these brand new that are listed. So I would have the only one in this condition. So I feel like I should be able to get about 50 to 60 for this, but it might take a little while to sell, which I don't mind because it was only priced at a little over $5. At first, when I had just seen the solds for this NARS, I thought I was going to pick it up, and then I noticed that there were actually 60 of these listed, so the sell-through rate was really low. This crock pot is missing the lid, but it is new and it's only priced at $5.99. So I think what my plan is now, I do have this listed currently without the lid, but I think I'm going to find a lid for this at the thrift store, take my listing down, and then relist it once I get a lid, which I don't think it will take me very long to find a lid. And I'll probably be able to get a little bit more for this. Now, what I have it listed for currently is way too high. I just kind of threw a price up based off of some other crock pots that I had seen that had sold. So I'm going to take it down, like I had said, and go ahead and get that lid and then list it for what I currently have it listed for, which I believe is somewhere around $45. Now, I've sold one of these before. I went ahead and picked this one up. It is brand new in the box, and it still has the original receipt attached to the side of it, and they paid over $100 for this. I paid $6.99, and it should sell for somewhere between $40 and $50. When it comes to hair tools, hot rollers sell the best for me, but I am always looking for good brands of curling irons and flat irons, and I have not really found too many lately. I'm always looking for higher priced hair tools, but I think I need to look for something with a higher sell-through rate. Kind of changed the way I research hair tools. I'd rather pick up something with a high sell-through rate and maybe make a smaller profit, but it sells faster. Now, I did pick these up. This is kind of a gamble. There's not too many solds, but there's not too many of these listed that are new. I paid $6.99 for this, and this one is new, open box, and it sold for $25. This is another Goodwill that's part of the Goodwills of Mid-Michigan branch, and they get a lot of stuff from Target as well. So this is not from Target, but it didn't sell either. It looked like solds were anywhere between $8 and $17, so I did not pick that up. This is only the second Disney snow globe that I have found ever, and right away I noticed that puppy is missing a head, and it looks like there should be something right here. And then I turned it. There's quite a bit of chips on this piece and missing pieces, but for this price, I'm pretty sure that it will still sell. Now, that comp is if it was in perfect condition. This is actually from 1989. This is more of what I can expect to get for this. Now, it does work. The bottom piece does spin, and it does play the music. It's super cute. So I went ahead and picked this up, and I have it listed for $55 or best offer. Disney snow globes are usually worth it. The last one that I sold for $80, and it was a little tiny Alice in Wonderland, and it might have been 6 inches tall. So this is the last stop for the day. These prices were super cheap. That's why I picked this up. This was $2.99. It's brand new. I have mine listed for $30. And the Mr. Coffee iced tea is always a pickup for me. I have this one listed for $40 or best offer. So you guys are getting this video a day late because I felt like I wanted to add in how to calculate the sell-through rate. That's one of my most asked questions on my other social media sites. So I thought I would throw it in there. So it's always how many have sold divided by how many are listed. And you multiply that answer by 100 and it gives you a percentage. So I don't do all of that math when I'm in the thrift store or at an estate sale. I just kind of give myself a general idea. Like if there are 400 listed and 3 have sold, obviously I'm not going to pick it up. Or something not even that extreme. If there are 30 listed and 1 has sold, I'm not going to pick that item up. Sell-through rate is really important. A lot of people wonder why their sales are slow or why their items are not selling, and a lot of time, but not always, it has to do with the sell-through rate of the items that you're picking up. Being a good reseller starts right away when you're purchasing items before you even get a chance to list them, ship them, pack them, anything like that. It starts right there in the thrift store at the estate sale. So try to be a little bit pickier. It's better to have 200 really great items listed that people are actually looking for than to have a store packed with 1,000 items and they're not very desirable and they're just sitting around. But that's a little bit easier said than done. A lot of times it can be hard to find items with a higher sell-through rate. I don't have a certain number that I pick up. If something is small or light and it has a low sell-through rate and I'm going to make a good profit, I will still pick it up. Or if I have a feeling that maybe the sell-through rate is a little bit lower because people have their items priced too high, I will pick some of those items up. I recently did that and my item sold within a month because I priced it along with comps instead of going high and letting it sit. I know a lot of resellers like the 50% sell-through rate number, which can take up to 6 months to sell. Even something with a 100% sell-through rate can take 3 months to sell. So it's really important to be patient. But I'm going to end this one right here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video in a couple of days.